YouTube, what's going on with y'all, man? It is about time that your boy finally got everything set up. Yeah, this has been a long time coming. I've been trying to work on getting a new camera, which we got. Sound, sound is good, everything's straight. So, I want to officially welcome you all to Grizzly Talks, Dialogue 2. So we're gonna get into it. A couple weeks ago, I had put up a post, and I was asking people to basically, um, I was asking people to I wanted people to send me what they felt like their toxic trait was in their relationships, right? And the thing I found interesting, from the people that actually participated in this questionnaire here, is that it's not necessarily, like toxic. You know what I mean? It's not really toxic things to me anyway. So I'm gonna share them with you guys. I only got 5 of them, so it'll be a quick little video. But let's go through it. All right. So the first one that we have as the question was, "What is your toxic trait in relationships or life?" And someone said, "My stubbornness." So you know, being stubborn in a relationship, that could cause a lot of problems. You know, I know it's good to stand your ground, on certain things, like things that you believe, how you feel, stand your ground always on how you feel. You know what I mean? Never, I guess how would I want to put it? If it's not hurting you, or if it's not something that's like, you know, hurting another person, always stand ground on your feelings, and let them be known what they are. But being stubborn in a relationship sometimes can cause a lot of problems, because relationships always call for give and take. There's always going to be times where you guys just don't agree. You know what I mean? Or there might be stuff that you just don't want to do because you feel like, I don't, you just don't want to do it. But sometimes it's cool to just do things for them. You know what I mean? Listen to what they have to say. Sometimes you got to get out your own way to, really, achieve a certain level of happiness, or achieve a higher level in your relationship. So, that's how I feel anyway. Another one I had here was being too nice and putting others before myself. Like, once again, like I said, that's not really toxic, man. It's a play on your heart. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us tend to go out of our way for other people, and when you constantly are doing that, you start to lose track of taking care of yourself, and being kind to yourself. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, a lot of us don't, we don't treat ourselves with we don't treat ourselves with the same level of kindness or grace that we give others. We're really hard on ourselves. Things that we do, we're like, super critical of. I would say try your best to, still maintain a level of kindness without, the opportunity for someone to take advantage of you. You know what I mean? Stand firm in who you are, but also make sure that you have, I would say, some sort of defense against people trying to take advantage of your happiness. Never let them, take your I'm sorry, kindness. I don't know why I say happiness, but never let them take your kindness for weakness. You know what I mean? There's a way to show kindness, but then also show that, you're not somebody to be played with. Just stand your ground, stay firm on what you believe, and things you feel. And if it's something that you don't want to do, don't do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. You doing things out the kindness of your heart for others, and bump their response. You know what I'm saying? If you say no and they get upset about something, it is what it is. You feel me? So just do your best. Stay who you are, but at the same time, stay firm in who you are, and don't take no bullshit. All right. Another one I got. It said, "I don't address things and act accordingly." That one, I feel sometimes we, like, we'll see certain things, with our partner or whatever, and we kind of just let it go. You know what I'm saying? And that could cause major problems down the line. You know what I mean? It's always funny, right? Like that comment reminded me of like when you see the couples that say, "Oh yeah, we never argue, and when we do argue, it's really small and this and that." I think personally that you should, this of course took time for me to even understand, but you have to be able to express what's going on with you. You know what I'm saying? Or express what that person does that may bother you. You know what I mean? And it should be okay. And it should be okay for you guys. Sometimes you're gonna have some fights that it's gonna take a little bit for y'all to to come back together sometimes. But that's always the end goal, is no matter depending what it is, but no matter how hard sometimes it might get, if it's worth it, if that person's worth it and you feel like the situation's worth it, work it out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you don't state how you're feeling, and, if you did address an issue and say like it's a situation where, you catch your partner talking to somebody that you don't really want them talking to, and you state that, right? And you say, if I catch you talking to this person again, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. And then you catch them talking to that person again, and you don't do X, Y, Z. So then it's almost like, so what's the consequence? It's almost like I can keep doing this and I know that you're not going to leave. There's no repercussions except for you maybe not talking to me for a couple days. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what it is. And then I could just come back off something I know that I could get you back with. You know what I mean? So standing firm in what you say is very important. Of course, like, give some grace here and there. But standing your ground and standing firm on the things you say, on your words, is very important in a relationship to establish a respect boundary. So for sure, just take some time with yourself and work on that. You know what I mean? All right. And the next one I have right here is the comment was wanting to be alone most of the time. Now, this one to me really isn't a toxic trait, right? Alone time, man, is great. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Being alone for me sometimes is like where I feel the most creative. I feel like I could get more ideas out. It kind of gives you a chance to relax. You don't really have to worry about anyone else's feelings for a moment. You know what I mean? I think that's why a lot of us love our personal time. You know what I mean? And I know you said that you like your alone time most of the time, but I think that when it comes to a relationship, right, as long as you're making time for that person, and, if you have expressed that, hey, like, I really enjoy being, in your company, and I enjoy you being around, but sometimes I just like to be by myself. You know what I mean? I love my personal space. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you guys can come to somewhat of, a neutral ground on, what that looks like in a relationship, then I think it's fine. You know what I mean? Because it's needed. I feel like it's healthy for you guys to not be around each other all the time too. You know what I mean? That personal space and that personal time for some people brings you closer together. You know what I mean? Because it's not like you're always in each other's face, driving each other nuts. And being alone also teaches you certain levels of discipline when it comes to certain things, in my opinion. So I think that it's okay to, sometimes desire to just have time with yourself. It's important. It's important for your mental, especially if it's like, in your alone time, you're working out or, just doing something you enjoy. That's good for your mental. You know what I mean? Because, you got to take care of you, because if you're not taking care of you, then, that relationship won't work out. So that's how I feel on that one. And I saved this one for last because this one, to me, is pretty deep. This person said, I'm super critical of everyone around me. Have a hard time accepting people as they are. That's one of those ones that's kind of difficult, right? So let's kind of break it down. So let's break down the first sentence. I'm super critical of everyone around me. My question would be to this person is, why do you feel like you have so much criticism towards people that are around you? Is it a thing where you feel like, the people that, you might be around kind of fit the same mold as everyone else? Or is it a thing where, you feel like people are supposed to live up to a certain standard that you set, and when you don't, you kind of look at them sideways, where it's like, I thought you were this person, but you turn out to be this type of person. I think that has to come with you trying to, learn how to relax a little, you know, give people some grace, give yourself some grace, because, someone could be critical of you the same way. You know what I mean? It's all about, I feel like people, a lot of us, man, we gotta learn, that one, nothing's perfect in this world. You know what I mean? No one's perfect. No one will ever get it 100%. Someone that you get into a relationship might hit like 85% or 75 to 85% of all of your standards, but there's always going to be something that they falter in. And, as you get older and you start to accept these things as truth, then I think, that would get a little easier for you. You know what I mean? And that's kind of diving into the other point where you said, it's hard for you to, accept people as they are. Those two things kind of flirt with each other, because it's like, okay, if you're super critical of everyone around you, of course that's going to cause you to not really accept them, for who they are, because you feel like they should be a certain kind of way. And to me, that's the beauty of people. Everyone's different. Everyone has different ways that they do things, different characteristics. But I think the problem is, if it's things, when you really sit back and think about it, if it's things with this person that aren't necessarily like make or break issues, like, if this person can't live up to this standard, then I can't do it. You know what I mean? If it's something that you set for yourself and they're just not hitting this benchmark, then it's okay to, not wanting to be there. You know what I mean? But if it's a thing where the person is literally hitting every benchmark or well, not every, because I feel like that's impossible and that's too much to put on a person. But if they're hitting, let's say they're hitting like 6 out of 10 of your like the main things that you always look for in a partner or whatever, right? I don't feel like those are deal breakers. You know what I mean? And also, if you're judging a person and you're really critical and not accepting them for who they are, I feel like, you may accept them for a temporary time, like a temporary period of time. And, things will be kind of cool. But then you'll start to get those thoughts again where it's like, well, they're still not doing this. They're still not doing that. And to you, it might seem like a big deal. But then, like, sometimes if you just take a step back and really think about it, you'd be like, you know what? The more I think about it, that's not something that would, make me want to leave this person, or, it's not something that's a make or break for a relationship, So I would say just give, the people that you decide to interact with on that level, and just people in your life in general, just give them a little bit of grace, take your time, relax, and you'll be okay. It's just all about learning who you are, learning what you truly want in all aspects of your life. And, it's never a thing where you should lower your standard, but sometimes, just accept people for their flaws. And especially if it's not something that's like harmful to you, or it could be harmful to your relationship, or, if it was to get far enough where you don't want it to be harmful to your children and things like that, then it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay. And that's the thing that I had to realize, that it's beautiful that, you may have certain things and this person might not, but a lot of times that might be the things that really bring y'all together. So, yeah, like I said, man, just give it some time, really work on it. Give yourself and the people that you interact with, give you some grace and time, and you'll grow out of it. You know what I mean? Or you'll grow through it. So I think that's the best advice I could give for that one. Just keep at it. You identify, the problem and just work through it. But all right, y'all. That's gonna wrap it up for me on this first actual video of Grizzly Talks. That feels really good to say. I promise it will get a little better. I do realize now that this might not be something I want to do alone. So I do want to start incorporating more people into these dialogues and, really having some cool and deep conversations with some people because, we're trying to get it rolling. We got everything we need. We got video, we got audio. So we're going to get into it. I want to start doing different videos with people, man. So just stay tuned. I know this video to me, I'm like one of my traits I could say because I'm left myself out. One of my traits is for sure being super critical of everything I do. Everything. I triple guess every single thing I do, every move I make. That is like one of my major issues that stems off into a heap load of other problems. And, I feel like a lot of us struggle with that. Being super critical of yourself is a really bad thing. It's not fun. Believe me, it's hard to get through sometimes. Sometimes you just lack that confidence when you wake up in the morning where it's like, man, I'm not feeling myself today. You know what I mean? But that's kind of the whole point of this podcast dialogue. I don't know what I want to really label this as right now because I'm just something I want to do. But it is a reason why I started it because, me talking myself through issues, even if no one's listening, to me is just, therapeutic. So, somebody that does choose to listen or somebody that falls in on the episode, maybe it can offer them something. So that's why I'm just going to try to keep this going. Sit down, talk to other people and just see where we take this, man. Even if it just helps a small group of y'all, that's cool with me, and I appreciate everybody that tuned in today. I'm really happy about this. It's cool, man. We finally got something going. The video quality hopefully comes out good. Autofocus looks like it's been straight the whole time. Lighting's good. Facial hair. I got a shave down here, but, we looking all right. You know what I mean? Skin from here. Anyway, the skin look popping. So we're going to go ahead and keep doing our skincare. I still got some little bumps. We ain't baby smooth no more, but yeah, y'all. Y'all have a happy New Year, man. Hope y'all had a great Christmas, and I'll see y'all in the next one.